Projector, how can you change the world without doing more? Because as we know, as projectors, we're not here to do more. The world already has a lot going on. The world doesn't need your busyness. It needs your right perception. It needs your inner shifts, which will manifest out here. So changing your vision, changing your sight, changing your perspective, changing your perception. This is how you do the work within. Meditate a little bit, we can have our positive affirmations, we can feel our emotions, we can learn about these aspects of us that need changing. We can change our actions and these things. But unless we're going to the fundamental root of when consciousness comes here, comes through us, and we realize that we're the cause of the movie out here, unless we're super real, honest with ourselves, what thoughts are we thinking when we see something that we don't like, whether on a big scale with government, whether situations out here, whether in close connections, whether our bank account, whatever it is, and we have that negative response. We have the attack on ourselves, we have the attack on the other, we have the verbal thing, we mentally go here. Unless we have the ability to stop that, then yeah, we're going to live a life trying to be a generator, trying to be a manifester. We're a projector, we project. So we can try and do all those things, be busy out here. You'll know, I don't even have to know about you and your situation. If you're doing that, if you're trying to change stuff out there, if you're trying to be busy, if you're trying to rush through the to-do list, if you're trying to, it doesn't work. There needs to be an inward, radical shift of consciousness, radical shift in perception, because our mind, we've been conditioned to see separation, to see the other. We project the other outside of ourselves. No, we are everything. The world is born within us. So we need to see the other as ourselves. That's what love is. Love isn't a feeling. Love isn't trying to get something, get your needs met, do these things. Love is when you truly shift and go, yeah, I'm having this experience right now within my 5 senses, inside this little body with these thoughts. But the light within me is the exact light within the other. So can I shift my perception? Watch for fear patterns. Watch for feeling rejected. All these things are not based in truth. So the greatest gift as a projector is to be able to shift our perception. This is where our superpower lies. People won't see the shift physically, but they'll feel it. And people will certainly feel the not shift. If you've got a lot going on in here and there's judgment, as a projector, you're projecting that out. And it's going to be very repelling. You're going to be like, why are people leaving me? Why are people doing this? Why? Because you're looking at them like you're scared of them, or that they did something, and you have to catch that. Even if you're not taking action, it's within the thoughts, the consciousness. So do this and things will start to shift, and you don't have to do more. You'll become more magnetic. That's why we're invited. There's a energetic resonance that pulls. You don't have to run out and initiate. That's manifested. That's where we came from, running out into the dream, running out into the Maya. And the generators are building all this stuff. The projector came in and goes, hang on, we need to cleanse this. But it's not cleansing out there. It's cleansing here. And when we cleanse and clean the lens, we don't have to do as much. We become more magnetic. Opportunities come to us. And just through our right perception, things start to shift on the mirror in a way out there. Another thing that you don't have to do more, like rest, for example. Rest, yes, at times you can rest on social media or watching some TV, but relaxation. Relaxation is when the whole system starts to let go. Often you'll start to yawn. Maybe even some like tears will come out your eyes. Your nervous system will start to wring itself out. This is relaxation. This causes magnetism. The more relaxed your physical body is, the more that life, because life is flowing. And so the more that will be drawn in. You know, there's many situations where I have, you know, been working or something, and then I could feel, oh, my tension's a bit high, and I'll pause because I'll notice it, and I'll go out into nature. And when I go out into nature, you know, things come through. There was a time, maybe 6 years ago specifically, I remember when I was on the East Coast and this happened, I went to the beach, and I had this really profound thought, or maybe it was about 8 years ago, and it was like a quantum thing that I was trying to do this for business, and then I had this thought, and I was like, oh wow, such less work for much better results. And this is also how the projector movement came into being. I was relaxing in Bali, on an island just off Bali in Gili Air, and I was really relaxed. I was really in my joy. There was a lot of laughter. You know, I remember we were just mucking around, me and one of my best mates, taking some videos, like just playful stuff, you know. And I had a dream, and the dream told me to go out and make a video specifically on human design and on this topic, and I did it that morning. So this would have been now 6 or 7 years ago, and all of a sudden so many people showed up. You know, there was guidance, but through that relaxation we can listen, and we're very sensitive and attuned. Even the name Projector Movement, I was trying to come up with a name, and then, you know, I'm going to let go, I'm going to go for a run, and then I'm going to go for a walk in nature. And I did that, and I was, you know, I remembered the exact moment. I was literally on a run, and then I was walking for a bit. I'd just been in this park, and then I was walking down this road, and I was just like, you know, just relaxed, open. And then boom, the name came in, and I was like, that's the name. And I was like, I don't want to forget that. So like I jogged home, you know, I wasn't going to forget it, but so giving yourself that space to also not do more, because it's in the non-doing that we can really receive as projectors. So hopefully this has helped you. Just a reminder on some of the insights of what it is to be a projector, and so you can play to your strengths. Okay, many blessings. I hope this helped.